Hi guys, okay, so this is my sales video. This actually consists of sales from the 5th of October all the way up to today, which is the 28th of October. The reason for that is I was away for like 7 days like in between, so I never had time to make a sales video last week. So this will be really for the last 2+ weeks. Now, first up, we have this Bluebird Mighty Max bundle, which was the 1990s playsets, and they were mixed with both complete and incomplete sets. And I did all right with these. I actually won these at auction on eBay for £18, but they came with two other sort of big Mighty Max lots, and I've already sold these for, well, this was a strange one. I had them listed up for £29.99 with £2.99 postage, and I received an offer saying, would you accept £35, which is obviously more than what I had them listed for. I instantly accepted. The guy instantly paid, and these went off to Australia. He's very happy with them, and yeah, so that was a great sale. It was actually more than I wanted. Not sure why, maybe he typed in the wrong figure, but either way he honoured it, and yeah, that was a good sale. Next up we have the Atom figure from Batman Brave and the Bold series. This was in a massive bundle of figures that I won at auction. I won them for £1, and there was like over 70 figures. I've already made around the £100 mark on all of the figures I've sold. I've still got a whole batch more to sell. But this guy, I think I accepted £4 plus $2.99 shipping on him. Next up we have this wooden horse stable kit, and I picked this up at a charity shop for £3 a little while ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago. It's a flat pack, but you can build it up without screws. It does come with screws, but you can. I actually set it up without screws just to show kind of what it looks like and the size and stuff. And I accepted £8 plus $2.99 shipping on that. This is the Austin Powers Shagadelic box set, which is basically all of the Austin Powers movies in a nice little set. And I accepted, I think it was £6 plus $2.99 shipping on that one. This was a vintage pewter 4-ounce hip flask, and it was actually from Italy because it had the tag for G. Lorenzi Milano, which was a store in Milan. I believe it closed last year, so I'm not sure if things from that store are now somewhat more collectible. Probably not, because it was just, I believe it was just a resale store. But yeah, so either way, this actually went to Italy, so it might have been someone that really wanted one before the store closed. But yeah, so I paid £5 for this, and I believe I accepted an offer of £15 plus $2.99 shipping. This was a True Blood book set, the Sookie Stackhouse novels by Charlene Harris. Recommended retail on this was almost 80 quid, that it said on the bottom of the box. But I picked up these for £2.50 in a charity shop, and they sold pretty quickly. I think only a day or two after I listed them for £12.99. I was hoping for a little bit more. I was hoping when I purchased them that they'd be worth around 20 quid. But £12.99 is fine. I'm happy with that. Next up are the infamous Nike Shox that I remember posting about these. That these were, worth 200-300 quid easily. But this is a good example and a good lesson for anybody out there. I picked up these because they looked a bit different. They were Nike, so I knew that Nike always sold. They did have some marks and scuffs and stuff, I admit, which I put in the auction, in the description, and I also obviously pointed them out in picture form. But here's the thing with these. There was one guy that was listing them for £400 plus. It was like $700 in the United States, and his were brand new in the box. So I put mine up for £400 just to gauge interest, to gauge watchers, etc. No one was bidding after like 2 weeks. I received an offer of 20 quid for them, which I quickly declined. I kept lowering them, and there was like 300, and then it was 250, and then it was 175, and I was getting a lot of watches, but no one was really biting still after like a month. So for people that know me, I like the churn and burn approach. I like to just sell very quickly as soon as I get them, or at least within a week or two. What I ended up doing was I lowered them to 80 quid, and I got an offer of 30. So I knew that perhaps 30, 40, 50 was around the realistic mark that these in this condition would probably go for. And I declined that, and then the same guy came back with a £50 offer, and I accepted that. Now, on one hand, you could say it was a letdown because, you know, I thought these were perhaps worth a couple of £100. But on the same way, I paid £4 for these. So the fact that I paid £4 and I flipped it into 50, I'm more than happy with that. I can go off and buy more bundles, or I can do another charity shop run or a boot sale run with the money that I've gained from this. So I'm happy with that, you know, and yeah, so £50 for them, £2.99 shipping. I believe they actually went to the global shipping program somewhere. I can't remember where, but yeah, so they finally sold. Next up is this Arthur Price Millennium 2000 commemorative teaspoon. It's a limited edition, and it's never been taken out of its protective sort of packaging. Wasn't too much money in this. I paid 50p. I sold it for £3 plus £2.99 shipping. So you know what you get with me. Okay, I like showing every sale that I've had, the crappy ones to the real gems. And I say crappy, I mean these are, it's still profit. It's still money. So I'm happy with that. But you see a lot of videos where they only show you sales that they've had that were like £30 upwards or £50 upwards. Mine, I'll show you the ones I have for £3, because you guys need to see these and know that this is worth X amount. This is worth £3, So yeah, £3, £2.99 shipping. That's alright with me. This was Age of Empires 2. Once again, a terrible picture. I really must concentrate more on my pictures. But Age of Empires 2, Game of the Year edition. Sold that for £7.99. I bought this for £1 in a bundle. And yeah, £2.99 shipping. That wasn't a too bad a sale, actually. That went pretty well. And it doesn't need a serial key. If for anyone that picks this up, it's old enough that you don't need a serial key on this one. This is a Linguaphone Institute Turkish quick language course. I paid £1.50 for this in my local charity shop. And this actually went for, I believe it was £8 plus £2.99 shipping. And this actually is going to a language institute in London, so that's pretty cool. They'll be able to use that quite well. And next up is this Sony Walkman. This had a fault where it would only read some CDs. It had also had a clicking noise, which I know what it is. It's the motor for the head, and the intermittent CD is probably the laser just being a bit old. But when it plays, it works absolutely fantastically well. I tried it out. It had a bit of corrosion, but it doesn't seem to affect the power. I did put in the description that it did have corrosion in the battery bay, but doesn't affect power. Slight clicking noise when loading some CDs, and some CDs show us no disc, no CD. Sorry, well, no disc. But it was. I paid like £2. I sold it for £5. I've had this for months. So I think I actually had this since last year. I've been trying to get rid of this. So hopefully someone bought it and will fix it up, because fully working you can get like 25 quid for this. So it might be worth someone's time to fix this up. Next up we have this men's Nike t-shirt. I've had this a while. It was kind of a little test that I was doing with clothing. I don't really sell too much clothing, but this finally went, and I think I accepted £5 plus £2.99 shipping. It was a bit of a long-winded sale, to be honest, and probably not really worth my time in future. This was a good one. Vintage retro Escape from Caldit's board game. I purchased this for £2.50. It had 2 missing cards, which were these 2. As you can see, this card is all red, and this card has square corners. The ones that come with it were rounded, and it had a border. So I did explain that it comes with 2 replacement cards. The cards are still original Escape from Coordinates cards, but just from a different version. So yeah, I sold that for £29.99, and my total cost for this was just under £4.50, even with the replacement cards. So that's pretty good. This is another figure that was in that big bundle, and it's a character called Falcon from the Marvel Legends Toy Biz range. I accepted an offer of £5 plus £2.99 shipping on this. I didn't mind dropping half price because, like I said, it cost me £1 for over 70 figures. So these will just keep selling every week now, these figures, until I run out. The Simpsons Cluedo by Hasbro, 100% complete. I paid, I think it was £1.50 for this. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I think it was £1.50. It was in great condition. It was hardly been used, and I sold this for £9.95. I sold a Nike football boot bag that was still factory sealed from Nike. It still had its original like color coding tags and silica gel and everything. Not a bad sale. I was hoping for more, but I actually accepted £7. I paid £1.50. So there's not too much money in them, but it was purely because it was factory sealed. I thought that might go better, but yeah, I'm still happy with that. And lastly, for the eBay sales, I sold this yesterday, which was the Guitar Hero 2 guitar and game for PlayStation 2. This went within about 20 minutes after listing it. This was fully boxed. It had some issues. It was missing, I believe, one like white piece of cardboard that goes over the top, and also, if I can find it, this one here had a slight a slight seam tear down the edge of the box. But yeah, it wasn't too bad, too bad condition really. And yeah, I paid £3 for the guitar, and I found out that the game wasn't in the box. I should have checked, but it was late on in the day in the boot sale, and I just picked this up for £3, and the game cost me £1. So I bought that on eBay. So yeah, so £4 outlay, and I sold it for $14.99. Maybe could have got a bit more, considering how quick it sold, but I'm still happy with that. So now I'm going to jump over to my Amazon sales, which are probably my best ever Amazon sales to date. So I will go over to there and show you those. Okay guys, here we are at Amazon. Obviously I'm going to have to blank out some customer details, but first up we have the Vampire Vixens DVD, and that's sold for £10 plus shipping. That was pretty decent. I think I bought this for like 75p. And I'll show you the disc. There we go. I bought this for 75p and I sold it for £10. And now, which is strange because I mean I wasn't even the cheapest, but yeah, so £10 plus shipping. Next up is the Movies PC DVD game. This sold for pennies, to be honest. The shipping was more than the actual game was sold for. But I sold it for £1.85. This was just sitting on my shelf. I didn't buy this for resale. This was something of mine that I just don't play anymore. So yeah, that sold for a combined £3.88. Next up we have Thief on the Xbox One. Didn't get much for this, £5.49. The value of this has really dropped. But it was something that I bought for myself. It was just sitting on my shelf. I completed it, so I decided to sell it on. Next up, Celine Dion, A New Day, Live in Las Vegas DVD. This one is worth looking out for. It's not quite a bolo, but you can see that the kind of prices that they do go for. And this basically you get a DVD and a CD, or maybe 2 DVDs. I can't remember. It might be 2 DVDs. And I picked this up in a charity shop for £1.50. Sold it for £6.73. So not too much, but there's still like £4 or £5 in that, so that's pretty decent. Next up we have the GSP Puzzler Word Search 2 CD-ROM. Now this is brilliant. This was the one with Jennifer Aniston on the front. Okay, the edition 2. I paid £1.60 for this in a charity shop. and I sold it for £22.96. And this is just a CD full of puzzles. That's all that's on it is puzzles. Yeah, £22 for that. I found that incredible because it looked like something that you'd get free on the front of like a woman's magazine or like a crossword magazine or something, or puzzle magazine, you know. But yeah, £22 for that is incredible, and I'll definitely be looking out for more of those because I imagine a lot of those just get thrown into charity shops without really knowing what they're worth. So yeah, very good sale that. Next up, we have a Ravensburger Big Ben building 3D puzzle. This one was this one here, the Big Ben one. And I've got two of these. One is open, which I've not counted the bits, and this one was brand new and sealed. I got £5.38. I paid £1. I think it was £1. Yeah. So I sold it for £5.38. So not a great deal of money. There's more money in like the big versions. These are only the small 216 pieces one, but you know, money's money, and I still sold that quite quickly. This one was a good one. James Bond Ultimate Sean Connery box set. Once again, I'll show you here. Here we go. It's that one there. And I won this at eBay auction for £2.80. I sold it for £17.23 over on Amazon here. Really good sale. Very, very impressed with that one. I kind of knew when I bought it that it was worth something. It was going or trying to be sold for about £20 on eBay, but there hadn't been any sales on eBay for a while. So I thought, being media, being Christmas coming up, I'll bung it on Amazon and see what happens. And yeah, £17.23. So happy with that. And now we have probably two of my biggest sales. We have the Polaroid 600 one-step camera. Incredible sale, this one. I paid £2.50 for this in my very, very local charity shop, and I sold it for £44.99. And one thing I will say, I'm not sure if he's watching this video, but I want to give a shout out to Zahir Malik. If you've not watched this guy's videos, search for him on YouTube, or I'll put a link in my description. Zahir is someone who's been sort of doing this, I think, roughly the same amount of time that I have. But while I was away, I took a break from reselling. He really stepped up his game, and you know, he's learned so much about so much. And when I posted this on the UK reseller Facebook group, he told me put it on Amazon, because you'll get much more money on Amazon than you would on eBay. And I actually had it listed on eBay as well for $34.99, and yet it's still sold on Amazon first for $44.99. So I was very, very happy with that. I was very thankful for the advice that Polaroid cameras do much better on Amazon. This was fully boxed with the manual and all that stuff. So yeah, so $44.99, very happy with that. Great purchase and great sale. And lastly, my biggest sale was the Star Trek The Next Generation, the Full Journey DVD box set. And it's this one here. You can see the kind of money it goes for. £100 new, £140 collectible. I sold mine for £60 or £59.99 because it was used. It was almost like new, I must admit. I only watched it once. But I thought at the time I was the only one that was selling it used. I didn't want to try and compete with the new guys, or I didn't want to list it for 80, because for an extra 20 quid you can get it brand new sealed. So I thought, you know what, 60 quid I'll be happy with. That's double what I paid for it. So I'm still happy with that. And also what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tally up all of these sales, and I'll give you a quick rundown. Okay guys, so the sale value of all the items that you saw in this video were £398.81. I've not obviously taken into account fees which have to come out, which won't be a great deal, to be honest. And also shipping, I now charge £2.99. So thank you for watching.